like, subscribe, and set notifications. Be live with us to get the best numbers with these picks from our expert handicappers to join us here on the show. Just a reminder of a few things. Our promo code, you can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use our promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and then get signed up. Also love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments below. And I'll let you know about our podcast. Every pick in podcast form, every show in podcast form, available on all major platforms. It's Tony's Picks Podcast. Just search Tony's Picks on your favorite platform and take a listen. Also visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers, get signed up to our long-term passes. Right now on the board, looks like Mindy's in with a power play guaranteed 5-pack from NHL. I've got a best bet from the NBA. Nick's got some plays up there. Brandon's up there with a 5-pack from the NBA. We've got Collins in as well. Morning's team coming in here with their plays. Consensus NHL, big plays. Again, Ramon as well with some college hoops. So check out our featured plays. Our best bets are also available for you. Each capper can choose one best bet per sport per day. They'll see more than one because the cappers handicap more than one sport. So many of them up there right now. Morning's team with a lot. We saw Brandon with some. Morning's team, boy, they're in action here heavy here. We got NFL. We got NCAA college basketball. We got NBA, we got NHL, and college football. So lots of action there from the Steam team. Paul in there with the best bet as well. So guys, check it out. Our $15 premium pick that showcases our one of our plays on our card. We can designate as a $15 pick just to introduce our service to new and existing customers. And you can see a lot of the cappers want to make a good impression because a lot of the best bets there are priced at $15. So go ahead and get signed up for there. Our popular 3-packs, which are great value out there for big players. They like the 3-packs. Check them out there over at Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, anything you see there that's in an orange button is profit guarantee, meaning it must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credit. That's profit guarantee. The ones in yellow are not because those are longer term passes and they're already sold at a great discount. All right, let's get the show underway. Let's welcome in Mindy and Ramon Scott will join us here for today's show. Let's get this one underway. It's Game Day Picks. Let's welcome in Mindy. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com. Really good results in NHL here on the site. We'll bring her in right now. Mindy, what's happening?
Same as yesterday. Just watching this early slate of basketball here today. Pretty good game so far.
Yeah, a lot of good games up there. There's Wisconsin, Dayton as we start. So this battle for Atlantis is now underway. Of course, we're going to finish off the Maui as well today. So one tournament finishes, another one begins. So it's a nonstop here this time of the year. We're going to go here in the non-conference action here as Charleston here faces Kent. We got Charleston laying 2.5. The total sits here at 159.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a battle of two pretty good teams here. You know, Kent State, 4-0 against the spread. College of Charleston, 5-1 against the spread. We're kind of going to look at a lot of numbers here today. So hopefully I don't, bore you too much here with this. So we're going to take a look at Kent State here so far. They do rank 29th in tempo, while College of Charleston is 9th. So both of these guys like to get up and down the field. We take a look at offensive efficiency for Kent State. They're sitting at 93rd, while College of Charleston is 74th. So, you do have College of Charleston here that kind of ticks to them on the offensive side of the ball. But if I take a look at defense here, Kent State, they rank 99th in the nation, while College of Charleston is 193rd in defensive efficiency. So when you have someone that ranks in the top, 100 here, offensively, going up a 200th place defensive team, that kind of gives me, a tip-off to kind of take a look at this game here. Kent State averages right now 82% or 82 points per game, while Charleston right around 83 points as well. So no real big difference there. But again, it's when it comes to that defensive side. They're only giving up 64 points over the last 3, while over, the last 3 for Charleston, they're giving up well over 80 points. Now, you could say it's because of competition. Kent State, they have, played lesser, I would say, talented teams like Chicago State and Portland, while, Charleston has played teams like Virginia Tech and Davidson and got it beat up a little bit by North Carolina here. But Kent State overall has the better numbers offensively. They also have a little bit better defense on this, the better field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, more assists, less turnovers. They're holding their opponents to 35% from the floor as well. So I'm going to have this one tip the scale here to Kent State today, and I'm going to take them at the plus 2.5 points.
All right, Mindy here going to take Kent State here plus 2.5 here against Charleston. Yeah, Charleston was just involved in that Charleston Classic, right? That tournament, televised tournament where they won, actually, beating the likes of Davidson, Colorado State, and Virginia Tech. Colorado State, to me, was a really impressive team in that tournament, and I was really shocked that they beat them by 10 points. It was a back-to-back spot there for both teams, but yeah, they're getting past Colorado State. I thought that was pretty impressive by Charleston.
Yeah, again, I think this is, pretty even all the way across the board. Again, a couple things that just kind of tip the scale is, Charleston, they're a really young team as well. So sometimes there's a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going up against, the junior, senior level team when you're more of a freshman, sophomore level team. And they're also not very deep off the bench is Charleston either. So if you go ahead and you play these up-tempo games, and again, if you're not shooting the ball well, then you can also get into trouble there if you don't have that deeper bench. Now, again, Charleston also plays at a pretty quick tempo, so may not bother them here as much. But again, when they're not shooting the ball very well, I think that's something that could get Charleston here in trouble. Again, it's just going to be a couple, different factors that I think will play into this one, and that's why I go ahead and tip the scale to Kent State here in this one.
Yeah, Kent State definitely has a big experience. When you look here at D1 experience here for Charleston, 294th in the nation is this Charleston team. And a couple of trouble spots here. They don't shoot the three, and something that always worries me is their 2-point defense. That is always a concern to me, especially against a team that's experienced. They're 337th in the nation in 2-point defense, and that just tells me the teams are able to just knife right in, knife right into the hole against them.
Exactly. I mean, so again, it's just going to be those little odds and ends here that's going to tip the scale in a close one. And again, the only thing that does worry me is that, Kent State's not quite as tested when it comes to, a little bit better opponents. But again, you still have to go out and make shots no matter what. And so, when you have a team like Kent State holding their opponent to, 35% from the floor, while they're shooting, 47, I think that also, leans in Kent State's favor.
And a little quick turnaround, too, for Charleston after playing 3 games in 3 days here. So Kent here plus 2.5 against Charleston. This one will have a start time here of 6 Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at TonySpeaks.com for today's action. Showing great results in the NHL. Do have an NHL board tonight as we are the day before Thanksgiving, where both an NBA and NHL take the night off. But they'll be playing it in NFL, college football, as well as in college hoops. But today, again, lots of action today. Just no football today, but we've got enough action here on the ice and on the hardwood. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yes, I think we have plenty to keep us busy here today. Hockey off of that really nice run, 2-0 yesterday, 4-0 the day before, and then if you go 2 days before that, I was 7-0. So I'm on a 19-5 run this week, plus 370 units there. So I think this is a time for you to go ahead and get my NHL 5-pack today for only $35. Already had quite a few folks purchase that, so you might as well get on the bandwagon here and get some quality plays. Also sitting at 64 and 55 here this week overall in all sports. Still on the plus side here in the NBA, up a couple units there. Go ahead and pick up my, NBA 3, of course, my NCAA 7-pack. So you can catch all of the late games with me here tonight. I have some early plays in action that you can catch a la carte. So you can always still get in and play some, some of my, favorite spots here in the afternoon. And then also, plus 743 units here in NCAA college football. We know that's coming up here Friday and Saturday, so you might as well get that 3-day package, get that 7-day package, get that month-long package. It's definitely a good time for that right now, especially with all of the extra plays that you're going to get here over the holiday weekend, getting the NFL in there as well. So yeah, it's a great time to get with a hot capper here like myself and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save you 20%.
That's right. Get on board with Mindy Hahn over at Tony's Picks. We put the great numbers up there from Mindy. She's been on absolute fire in the NHL. Of course, you mentioned about that 20% discount. Yes, you'll save 20% off all premium pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. That's exclusive to our video audience on all our videos and all our live shows. You can take advantage of that. And of course, take a look here what Mindy has over at Tony's Picks right now. You can see the plays that she does have that 5-pack from the NHL. She's been on fire here in the NHL. Matter of fact, when you look at the numbers here for the past 30 days, 1,325 units of profit right now in the NHL on a 19-5 run. It's been impressive here from Mindy here over in the NHL right now. So a good time to get on board here with Mindy over at Tony's Picks. As a matter of fact, I'm going to set this up here. I want to show you that run there. You guys can click this. We have this smart tab navigation. And, again, some sites, I don't want to knock too many, but again, we have pretty advanced engineers that work for us in this industry, and you can see how easy it is to find this, to pull up this data. We're not really looking for page views. We're looking for what we do, but we put the user experience first, so you can really see these numbers really easily here when you toggle between the 7-day. You can see that 19-5 run. All these plays are documented over at Tony's Picks. So get on board here with Mindy right now, and of course. You can get that, as she mentioned, that a 5-pack here from the NHL, Monster Jam as well, NBA as well. The 7-pack again from College Hoops. So in action a lot tonight is Mindy. Of course, instead of buying all these plays individually, here we are on a Wednesday. You may consider getting that 7-day all sports pass. You get all of Mindy's premium plays here for 7 days. You'll be in action for all the College Hoops tournaments, pre and post and during Thanksgiving, right? Because there's some tournaments, the Phil Knight tournaments just starting right now. It's going to end Sunday. 2 tournaments going on in one city for one guy. So a lot happening there, as well as we've got the tournament out here in Anaheim. That one's going off here. St. Mary's is playing like at midnight Eastern tonight. So there's a lot of tournaments still going on. Even though we're finishing Maui, they're going to continue on with more throughout the weekend, as well as don't forget the NFL. We got three games tomorrow in the NFL. We got our Sunday games, and also the Monday game is in play with that 7-day pass, as well as the college football. We've got the Egg Bowl Thursday, the Drama Bowl in there, the Drama Bowl tomorrow, as well as the Friday, Big Card Friday and Saturday from college football. And, of course, get on board with Mindy. Of course, all her NHL as well. So get that 7-day pass. It's a really good value. And don't forget about that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save that 20% off. Reminder, again, you can access the page by following the link in the description. Then click the All Cappers tab, and then you're going to land right on Mindy's page. You land right here. And, of course, just go ahead and scroll over. You'll see those great records from Mindy. And we made it easy for you guys to toggle and find and check out those numbers. And you'll find that the orange buttons are 1-day passes. Those are profit guaranteed. So those are plays that are going off today only. They must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. The ones you see in yellow are longer term passes. They're not profit guaranteed, but they're already discounted at a bigger price. That's why, and they're the best value. So get on board there. We talked about that 7-day pass on the busiest week in the fall right now. So get that 7-day pass and don't delay. All right, Mindy, we've also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony6 Mindy. You guys just shot a monster show today with that morning steam as well.
Yeah, that is right. There was plenty to cover today. So yeah, you can check me out over at Tony's Picks Mindy on Twitter, where you'll get an additional play today in NCAA college basketball. So don't miss out there. I'm trying to think. It's K-State and whoever they're playing. Can't even remember. I'm terrible right now. It's funny because, it's like, got so many games going through, already starting to work for tomorrow. You know how it works, Tony.
I know.
But yeah, so check out the morning steam. We'll be off tomorrow for Thanksgiving, and then our normal day on Friday. So we'll be back Saturday, our normal schedule Saturday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Time, where we go over all of the plays of the day in NBA, NHL, and then we've been selective as of late for college basketball and college football, just because we have so much to cover. And then, of course, we do get in the whole slate of NFL here as well. So we'll really be picking it up here, kicking it into gear for college basketball here, moving forward to fill in any of those extra spots. We usually get through 20 to 30. Today was 35 games, just because of the way it all worked out. Trying to crunch everything in here before the holiday. So yeah, we're having a great time on the show. Having tons of people with the morning, coming in the chat room. We'd like to go ahead and get consensus with our chat room, with me and Ramon. Everyone handicaps a little bit different, so we feel pretty good about our plays when we get that consensus, and then we repackage those, and then we sell them on the site. But you're lucky when you watch the shows, you get those for free. You don't have to pay. So yeah, there's always perks about watching the live shows. And yeah, make sure you check out Tony's Picks on podcast where you can listen to everything. You don't have to, look at our faces.
That's right. We want to make the shout out there to all the truckers who work during the holidays. We have a podcast set up for you guys and everyone that's commuting as well. If and obviously want you to be safe on the road, so you don't have to watch if you can't watch the videos. We want you to watch the videos when it's safe to do it, but it's when you're driving. We put every pick in podcast form on our podcast, and of course, there's going to be a lot of people on the roads. You'll be in the airports. Just we may not want sometimes it's tough watching videos. You got people looking over your shoulders, right? This is a really strange thing, right? You can listen to our podcast and look cool at the gym. If you can do that as well. But again, we put also our full length shows on the podcast form, so you can listen to that hour plus show today from the morning steam as they broke down. Was it 12 NBA games? We had 14 a huge card. Of course, then they got into the football for Thanksgiving, the Thursday NFL games. So tune into the podcast. Get the content's fresh up there, so take a listen. A lot of content there, and of course, all major platforms. Just search Tony's Picks and take a listen. And of course, for all our truckers out there, we appreciate you guys. All right, Mindy, as always, great having your show. Continue that work. Enjoy the next 2 days. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll talk with you again here on Friday.
Well, it might have to be Monday for me, only because I have this huge matchup coming up, right, between Nebraska and Iowa. So it comes on right in the middle of the day. So I'm not sure what kind of shape I would be in for your show. So I might have to see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend and Thanksgiving.
Right.
We'll talk to you then.
You too.
Mindy here on Game Day Picks. Guys, make sure to join us here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We are live on the show, so make sure to subscribe and set notifications so you're live with us to get the best numbers with these picks that we give you here on the show. All right, let's continue on here with Game Day Picks. Next up is Ramon. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's bring him in right now. Ramon, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony. Mindy obviously setting up the punchline there. You're going to need a few cocktails to watch the Nebraska-Iowa game, the way those offenses are working out, the way the Big Ten's going this year.
Gosh, I'm still surprised they still scheduled that game on Friday. I thought they would come. I thought they would get to their senses and have maybe mix it up a little bit. But anyway, there'll be a lot to choose from anyway. A lot of college hoops. College basketball is really stepping up with some really quality matchups here in the non-conference. It's been one of the best non-conference I can remember in a while. Maybe because I'm more focused in with a lot of duty. Maybe it's always been that way. I don't know. But anyway, tonight we're going to the NBA on this 12-game card as the Pacers will be home against the Timberwolves. This had a change. Overnight, the Pacers were about favorite. Then we started seeing the money move around midnight Pacific, and now it's landing here around 2, the total 237.
Yeah, check it out on our morning steam show. Mindy and I had a consensus selection on this game, so maybe you want to check that out and see what we had to say over there. But I'm going to take a look at the total in this one, Tony. An outrageous total of 237. It wasn't high enough, apparently. It opened lower, opened maybe as low as 235.5, and bookmakers still felt the need to adjust this higher. Why is that? This is a crazy total for any NBA game, even to some of these totals we've seen this year. But it's all about the pace with these two teams, Tony, the way it's going. Because Minnesota's actually playing a little bit of defense of late with their big men in the middle. But these two teams, they come in relatively hot. Believe it or not, Minnesota recovered from a mediocre start for sure. They've won 4 straight. Indiana, meanwhile, they've been a great surprise with their 5-game winning streak. They're now 10-6 overall. They've got talented young players, man. They got real talented young players. But, Tony, these two teams are averaging 102 possessions per game each in this coming into this matchup. These two teams that's basically near or in the top 5 or 6 teams in pace in the league, and both teams allowing close to about 37% from three-point range. For the last 5 meetings between these two have gone over. They played last December to 249 points in a Minnesota victory, and 2 other matchups last year went well over this total. Indiana won one of the matchups, 141, 137. They won an earlier matchup last season, 134, 128. Will that carry over to this year? Maybe. Indiana averaging 118 points per game at home. Minnesota averaging 114 points per game on the road. That's 232 points, but you just throw in the pace of play stats that I mentioned. Not to mention, these two teams are kind of in their element where they play higher scoring games and long term. These are some serious trends. If uh, follow long term, those are a little bit harder to quantify. But Minnesota's gone over in 31 of their last 45 games on the road. That's good for almost about over 60, almost 70%, about 69% or so. And Indiana's gone over in 31 of their last 52 games at home. So that's another stat there where you're hitting about 62%, 61 point something percent. So you have two teams that kind of in their situation where they tend to go over. Now, Minnesota's already had a couple of blockbuster offensive performances of late during this winning streak. They scored 126 points at Orlando. They scored 129 points at Cleveland, of all teams. So they also trending real high with this scoring. It's hard for me to get on some of these big totals and still take them over. And I admitted on the show that I'd been wrong on a lot of these bigger totals, but I can't seem to get it out of my mind that these two teams with Halliburton, with Veteran, this guy's a great looking young player, healed Miles Turner for Indiana. They're averaging 15 threes per game. The Pacers are, and Minnesota's defensive work that we kind of talk about kind of comes from the interior. So Minnesota's got their scorers too, with Anthony Edwards and D'Angelo Russell, and of course Cat and Gobert down low might have a little bit of free reign against guys like Miles Turner. So I'm going to take over this one, Tony, and the crazy as it sounds, 237 in Minnesota and Indiana. Seems like it'll be higher than that. The way you look at these teams, and that near top five in pace just kind of stands out to me so far. So I think it's just the matchup itself lends to getting very close, and certainly I feel over that big total.
All right, I mean, Ramon, looking at the pace here of course, the Pacers have been playing good defense over past 7 of their past 8 games, allowing 163 points per 100 possessions. We'll see how that plays out here with two teams running up and down the court. Of course, looking at the market here, the sharpest book here in Las Vegas in downtown already has it at 238. Even though most of the market right now is at 237, and we're seeing some 237s that have tick up, but the sharpest place in one of the sharpest books in the planet here on land here in Las Vegas has 238 now up on it.
And what does Joe Average do when he opens his app and sees that big number? I mean, you almost want to just say, what? I got to go under or whatnot. But again, it's not so much one team again, because like I said, Minnesota's had some defense too of late. That's really what's kind of helped them. But again, the pace of play, 102 possessions per game each with these two teams, which ranks, like I said, I think it's top 5, top 6 in the league in that pace. So when these two teams have gotten together, there's been a little bit of a change, but there's also been some positive change, for Indiana. Like I said, I mean, you just can't ignore the fact that Halliburton and Mathurin really are making one of the top young scoring duos certainly in the league. Maybe it's no fluke the Pacers at 10-6. Maybe they are turning the corner finally for all the work that they've put in to put this kind of roster together. I mean, Buddy Hield is the type of player that, he came into the league looking to be that go-to scorer, and really he's kind of the number 3 option, I think, with this group of scorers right now, the way it's worked out. And it's worked out good for Indiana. Man, the 10-6 record, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Nope, and Nembhard from Gonzaga, he is questionable tonight. He missed the game Monday with that knee. But 6 points, he's getting some PT now as we're seeing over 28, 29, 18 minutes of game. So they're giving him some minutes. You noticed that?
Oh yeah, yeah. And you want to see this guy actually in there and perform. A guy that I think that people look forward to, seeing his progression a little bit. So I don't know, exciting times for the Pacers. I would think at this point, especially given the nature of the way that division is kind of shaping up. I mean, certainly there's a couple of dominant teams, but just getting into the postseason, you can certainly do that with the way Pacers are trending right now early on.
Well, they're called the Pacers, so let's see some pace out of them. So Timberwolves Pacers over 237. This one will have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com right now. As we see their numbers in the NHL, they've been impressive. But again, you got to look at the all as well. I mean, showing great profit for 2022 in NBA, college football, MMA as well, NFL as well. He's winning on many of the sports here. Well, we have a lot on the board tonight, Ramon, from NBA to NHL and college hoops. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Well, right now I got a 3-pack. Tony in college basketball came out a little bit frustrated after losing 3 games in overtime last night. Cost me a winning night. So I'm going to keep firing. And with this many options on the college board, you should be able to pick and choose. I feel like I should be able to exploit it right now, grinding it out a little bit this week, certainly. But I want to keep firing right now on college basketball. That's where my focus is. With that evening 3-pack right there, you see $30, maybe finalizing a couple other plays on the board. A lot of information to look at today. It's kept me busy all day watching basketball. Like many, but I'm watching soccer too. I'm watching football, European football, as you, Paul, like to call it. Some exciting action there. And so right now I'm just focused on that 3-pack that you $30. Please pick it up over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save the 20% off premium pick packages at Tony'sPicks.com. So, with this big NBA card, I do have a few plays that I'm certainly looking at, and I might finalize something here still to come, and as well as that big hockey card. But Mindy and I, we had a ton of plays, actually, Tony, that we agreed on with each other and with our viewers in the chat. So the Morning Steam team has a pretty big card together as well. So please consider, if you don't want to go back and watch the show, picking up those plays as well with the Steam team over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's Mindy and I and our chat that kind of help us through. And when we get an agreement, and then the way the show's kind of evolving, Tony, we kind of hash it out, Mindy and I, and then the chat starts to ring in, and they seem to agree with what we're saying, and that's kind of been the flow now. So we kind of want to incorporate them into Team Steam. So we got picks, plenty of picks in both the NBA and NHL. And if you don't want to go back and look at YouTube, I mean, we're going to be just here, 3.5 hours away from the major evening card. Well, you can pick up those plays over at Tony'sPicks.com by just clicking on Morning Steam and subscribing to one of our packages there, maybe our 3-day, our 7-day with our consensus picks. That way, if you miss the show, you get all of our picks with the team, and we've got a lot of picks tonight in the NBA and NHL. Not necessarily from my handicap, certainly, but when I hear that everyone's on agreement with me in a play, and you look at some of the success I've had in NBA and NHL, and that's where some of our success lies too in Team Steam, well, then I think we all want to go with a play that everyone's in agreement with, that's showing positive results when our record is tabulated here on the website with, basically the best website as far as the functionality, all the numbers, and there you see it, Tony, my numbers as well. But guess what? I mean, talking to Tony, there's more to come. We're going to break it down for you so that you can actually find the cappers that are specializing in whatever sport they're hot in. If it's their best bets they're hot in, we're going to bring more functionality to Tony'sPicks.com that's going to blow you away and help you become a better winning player. And also for those that do purchase picks, going to make it a little bit easier for you to find the sharpest cappers for the matchups that you're looking for, the type of plays that you're looking for when you're if you're someone who does purchase picks from a handicapper. And we hope you do over at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right. We're always developing over at Tony'sPicks.com. We're always developing more and more on our site. More data will be coming on here, so we can really get down to that core here when you track the cappers as far as performance goes, as well as their plays there against the spread. We'll have some money lines, totals. Get into showing you our best bet records, our $15 premium pick records, our late steam records, and of course per sport. So there's going to be a lot more data coming here on Tony'sPicks.com. That's what we're working on here. So we'll have that up pretty soon. Guys, today, as Ramon was mentioning, he does have that play up there for you right now, that 3-pack from College of Basketball, the evening 3-pack. So get on board there. $30 profit guarantee, must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. That is profit guaranteed. Once again, just take a look at the winning here for Ramon, as we were featuring it here from the NHL. Has been impressive. 3,152 units of profit. NBA, nearly 1,600 units of profit, 1,154 units of profit in college football. The Summer League, he had a great season, as well as NFL as well, 536 units of profit. So a good time to get on board with Ramon. And here we are on a Wednesday, and on the busiest week of the fall. And we've been talking about this throughout the week. Probably your best value right now is getting on board with Ramon's weekly All Sports Pass. Get all of Ramon's premium plays for 7 days. And what's covered there? Well, it's covered a lot of college hoops, right? We've got the Maui tournament closing, but we got the Battle for Atlantis and a lot more tournaments starting up as we speak. So a lot of college basketball this week. The NFL, we got NFL here on Thursday. We got the Turkey games on Thursday. We've got the Sunday games, and the Monday Night Football game is in play here with that 7-day All Sports Pass, as well as all Ramon's NBA, all of his college football. And of course, if he's in action with the World Cup, that's also part of that as well. And if there's any MMA, I believe that they have a week off this weekend. But if there was MMA, that would be part of the 7-day pass. It's part of the 1-month pass if you get the 1 month. But we're talking here 7-day pass here on the busiest week of the fall. So get on board there. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you'll land right here, right on Ramon's page. And you'll see and you land there, you'll see his impressive records. Then you'll see what he's got going on here for tonight. In the orange and the yellow is the long-term passes. And get on board there with that weekly All Sports Pass. And by all means, use that promo code and save yourself some money. It's great value there. You've seen the winning here for Ramon, so get signed up. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Pick Ramon. And of course, you and Mindy host the morning show here, the morning steam at 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Yep, we got a pick right now up on Twitter. Head on over to @Tony'sPicksRamon. Pick up a free winner tonight. It's in the National Hockey League, and you might be surprised with this tightly contested matchup that I have there. So log on to Twitter, follow @Tony'sPicksRamon. Pick up a free play from me each and every weekday, sometimes on the weekends as well. And Mindy and I'll be back on Saturday. We're going to enjoy the holiday, enjoy the 3 games tomorrow especially, and some other action too, but I think it's all about the NFL tomorrow with that 3-game card. Some interesting trends, Tony. If you followed our show today, we previewed 3 NFL games. I know that we have other videos up there too, but check out our videos on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, where I unveiled some Thanksgiving trends regarding the teams. Don't forget, just because it's a short week, you have Dallas and Detroit. They play there on Thanksgiving, of course, every year. So we'll see if trends continue, or can you throw out the trends in this one with the way some of the teams are playing. And then you have a couple of top teams, of course, playing against those teams in the Dallas Cowboys, in the Buffalo Bills, and of course, with Minnesota in there because they just played Dallas. You got some kind of comparable opponents, some recency matchups that you can pay attention to and figure out for your own handicapping as well. So that's what our show is all about. You don't have to play our picks. We have plenty of picks for you. Try to pick a side or total in each and every game, and of course, listen to our chat and get their opinions as well. But we're just giving out a lot of information there, really. Want to hit all the plays like anybody does, but we try to throw out statistics, trends, injuries, all that. We're the first look on YouTube out of, plenty of shows out there, but we come on 9 Eastern Pacific. It's not costing me anything, Tony. I'm up all night anyway, so it's no big deal to get up be ready at 6 in the morning for the show. Plus the World Cup. I mean, I'm already watching World Cup. The game started 2 in the morning out here on the West Coast. So it's great. It's a great sporting event for someone like me. Don't have to watch, Australian cricket or anything in the middle of the night. I've got some legitimate world-class soccer with the World Cup. So, anyways, we'll be back on Saturday with the show. We're off on Fridays, and we're taking tomorrow off, of course, for the holiday. Want everybody to come, make sure they join us. Be safe. Want to see you right back here watching us at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Check out Ramon on Twitter, Tony's Picks Ramon, and the Morning Steam over on our YouTube channel. It's all you can check out the archive. We archive the live shows right in the front of our YouTube channel. So go to our YouTube channel, you'll see there. Or if you're on the podcast, and then we mentioned it in the other segment, check it out on the podcast. Full length show up there. Morning Steam, a complete rundown on tonight's NBA as well as NHL card, as well as all the 3 games from the NFL for tomorrow, and some little bit of college basketball mixed in. So if you have a long drive home or commute here, take a listen tonight to the Morning Steam on your travels. All right, Ramon, it's always great having your show. Great Thanksgiving. Well, maybe we'll catch up with you on Friday if we get a roster for game day.
Yeah, I'll be around. If not,
right.
maybe I'll have a little something while I try to stomach that Nebraska-Iowa game as well. But thankful for you, Tony, especially. Appreciate it.
And everyone else here, you and Mindy as well. Appreciate that. So Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Hey, guys, join us here on Game Day Picks here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure to like and subscribe and set those notifications. We want you guys live with us so we can get those best numbers when we give you these picks here on our show here on the Game Day Pick Show. Whoop, we got Ramon back here. I should hit the wrong button. Maybe I have a little something going on here. Let's see here. Let's get back to the thumbnail. Here we go. Yes, we wanted to make sure you guys know about our show. Tune in Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I haven't been making those mistakes of late. I used to do that on the other show all the time. Hit the wrong camera and we could get somebody who wasn't awake. Fortunately, no one was asleep. But I haven't had those miscues of late. It's been a long time since I've had those camera miscues. Getting used to this equipment here. All right. Even though I keep adding more and more shows to 200 scenes in them. We have to memorize 200 buttons on these consoles. It's getting insane. But anyway, let's continue on here on the show. I'm looking here at the NBA tonight. Hawks and Kings here. The Hawks laying 4.5 total sits at 2. Yes, is that right? 241. Yep, these totals are high. We talk about pace. We're going to go with the Kings. We're not going to we're not going to step in front of the Sacramento team. They're playing pretty well, and they don't have to win to cover. That's also something I like. And one thing we've been talking about with this Kings team throughout the season, again, a clean injury report. Really, yeah. I mean, they have probably the most games where they've had the cleanest injury report. I only remember two games where they've actually had a guy on the injury report, and it really wasn't featuring any of their starters. So this has been the most healthiest team in the NBA. And not only that, they've also are performing at a really high level. So got to credit them here. Brown there with the coaching change they made. Maybe they got it right. Luke Johnson, Luke Walton, all the coaches that have been in that system just have not worked out for them. But so far, so good here for this Kings team. Again, a clean injury report. As we said, out for Atlanta's Bogdanovich. Hunter is still a game time decision, so he's someone to keep an eye on. We know Murray and Young are in the lineup. But again, we're not looking to win this game, right? We're just looking to cover, and that's a big point. Give them almost a possession and a half here to the Kings. De'Aaron Fox coming off a really good performance here. I know it's a spot here where they beat Memphis 113-109 yesterday. It's a back-to-back, but if you look at the box score, they play a lot of guys, and they did cover their own back-to-back spot. And you look at their past 7 games for Sacramento, they're tops in offensive efficiency, averaging 125 points per 100 possessions, a net rating here of plus 11.1. And Hawks are not playing very good defense. Take a look at the past 5 games. They're allowing teams to shoot 50% from the floor. Let's take the Kings and the plus here at plus 4.5. All right, guys, check out Tony's Picks. I have a best bet up there right now from the NBA, so get signed up. Also, I'll have a big NFL card for you tomorrow, and get on board here with my longer-term pass, my 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period of time. You go to my handicapper page, and you make that purchase. Let's bring up the profile page up here right now, and you'll see I've got a best bet up there right now from the NBA, so get on board with it. Profit guarantee at $15. Of course, my longer-term pass is my 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass, even up to a year. So go ahead and get signed up. And don't forget that promo code at checkout. That's Tony T at checkout. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages. You can access my page by clicking the link you see in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and get signed up, and then you'll land right here, right on my page. So go ahead and get signed up for that. Let's continue on here on the game day picks. Just remind you guys, let's get to the recap. We'll go ahead and recap the plays from today. Today we had Mindy on Kent State plus 2.5 against Charleston. Ramon was on the Timberwolves Pacers over 237. I'm on the Kings here at plus 4.5. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of Game Day Picks. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Off tomorrow, back here on Friday. I think maybe, and so make sure you guys tune in to Game Day Picks then. And always make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. We want you guys live with us to get the best numbers here on the from these plays. All right, that's going to do it for this show. Again, we'll be back on Friday. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew for today's show. We're going to wait goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. Say hi to Whitney there. Whitney, how you doing? Whitney, can you hear me, Whitney? There she is. Get her eyes. There, look at those eyes from Whitney. There you go. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you guys again tomorrow here on We'll talk